14, media planning. So here we go, advertising and IBP in digital, social, and mobile media. This should be very familiar to you, if nothing else, as a user. So here we are at 14, which is the last chapter in part 4. We've only got one part left, so we're rolling right along. So integrated brand strategy. So the role this has is very powerful because people have moved to this so much as far as their way they consume advertising of all sorts and interaction with interests and hobbies and just shopping, you know, if you want to look at it that way. And it's very interactive. It's very powerful. Here's kind of how social media has moved over time. Web 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and you know, with AI and such, this has become even more powerful and more alluring to the market. So earned media is media that it's sort of like viral media. When something's passed along, you forward a link to a friend or a video, or whether, no matter where it's coming from. Owned media is when you own or control like a website or a Facebook page. So it's kind of your official presence. And then paid media. Here's where it's traditional in the sense that you're paying for the spot. And again, all these can make perfect sense. It just depends on your target market and what their media habits are. And the book gives lots of good, how should I say this, examples. From blogs to, you know, social media websites and so on. Virtual identity. How do you want to be seen? What's your desired? You know, here's where that positioning strategy. You want to position that the big P. You got your product, but how do you want to position that brand? Which is, remember, brands are reputations. Okay, so how do you? What's your goal there? Where do you want to end up in the world of, you know, whatever it might be. You know, so be very careful when that you understand this and that you're taking account of this when you're in your project and doing work that way. So the basics, the digital, you know, it's increasingly automated through programmatic advertising, bid-based models. So there's, you know, kind of the nuts and bolts of how the transaction, how it's purchased and things like that. And, you know, with a little bit of investigation online, you can find a lot of information quickly. You know, so this is where the creative becomes even more important, because you can have a great spot, but it can not deliver the results you're after because you're not catching the attention of the target market. How do you want the market to view you relative to competition and other choices for, you know, whatever it is you're trying to sell? And then there's, you know, investments, CPM, cost per thousand, brand awareness, cost for website traffic, specifications, video advertising, e-commerce, affiliate advertising, and so on. There's more than one ways to do this. And this, so it might be one of these, it might be all of these. It just depends upon, again, the goals and how much money you have to spend and so on. Search engine marketing, you know, keywords and the way it's designed, you know, Google keywords. If you look that up and do a little research on that, there's quite a bit out there about that. You know, you've got YouTube display, search, discover, Gmail, maps. All of these are ways to talk to your target market. Because if you're in a search for, say, a gas station in maps, is it taking you where you need to go? I mean, you'll show up first if you pay them. And that's why Google makes so much, or has made so much money. Importance of e-commerce and big data. Big data is just the amount of information that's being pulled from you and me as we go into social media, click on things. Nothing happens. It's very transparent how much data is pulled. So you need to understand the process and what's going on, and how people find you, and if those people include your target market, is it easy? Is it the optimum way for them to find you? Because remember, you got to be in the consideration set or evaluation set or evoke set. They can't evaluate you if they don't know about you or can't find information about you. And there's advantages and disadvantages to all of these. Synergizing, with video games and other advertising. Again, this is a whole, so much money is made on video games. It's just staggering. But this is another way to understand how you can contact the target market, and it can literally make companies rich if they understand this well. Sales promotion is another way. It gives you, like social couponing, gives you discounts. Sales promotion is, if you remember from marketing, the idea that they're going to give you a reason to purchase. It spurs activity and things like that. There you go, sampling, trial offers, price off, details, and deals, and so on. And I think that will take us as far as we need to go. So again, this is a very important chapter. Read through it carefully, and I look forward to seeing your work.